So you made it now to the fourth pillar of drop servicing excellence. This might be the most important pillar when it comes to growing your floor. So when I use this terminology of growing your floor, I think a lot of people in this industry focus on growing their ceiling. They think, well, I did 15K this month. Can I get to 20K next month? Can I get to 25 the month after that? And while, yes, that is the flashier, more exciting, more common way of going about tracking success in this industry, I think it is much more relevant and much more helpful to worry about tracking your floor. So tracking your floor essentially is you being able to raise the minimum number of jobs, the minimum amount of revenue that you're going to generate for your business every single month. And how do we do this? It's by adding more happy customers. It's by adding more reviews. It's by adding more recurring customers, more referrals, more people speaking positively about your business. And the way that we dial this in, the way that we make sure this happens for our business is pillar number 4, which is fulfillment. Now, what is fulfillment? What does that mean? What is this terminology? Fulfillment is the actual service itself. It is, what did the customer pay for? What did they receive? And are they happy with it? And we can break fulfillment up into 3 different sections. So fulfillment is pre-service, during the service, and post-service. Now, unfortunately, while fulfillment is the most important part of your business, it is the part of the business that you have the least control over, which is why it is so important that the things that you do control, you do to the absolute highest quality possible. Now, the way that this is done is through follow-up and being available, okay? The pre-service section of fulfillment is you making sure that your CRM or whatever platform you're using, or yourself or a VA, is sending out a message, letting the customer know, reminding them about the service. A lot of CRMs, the CRM I use, Booking Koala, will send them an email to remind them 24 hours early. You know, if you want to send a text, any type of thing to be like, hey, this is when we're coming. Just a reminder, this is what we're doing, so that they are ready and expecting when you arrive, okay? Now, alongside of that, the pre-service is important that you have set the proper expectations for the customer. The customer understands how the pricing is going to work, how the service is going to work, who's going to come, what time they're going to arrive, and then you properly communicate any changes to this service as soon as you are made aware of them. So what this might look like would be your cleaners are coming to them as the second job of the day. The first job runs long. You promptly are communicating with them saying, hey, we're going to be running a half hour, an hour, whatever it might look like late. Does that still work for you? Is there any adjustment we should make? Customers really appreciate communication. They understand that not everything is going to go perfect. You're not always going to be right on top of everything, on time, perfectly prompt, no problems, no headaches. They get it. Most people are understanding, but they need to be communicated with. So the pre-communication, the pre-service is all about making sure the customer has the correct expectations of what's going to be done, who's going to be arriving, when they're going to be arriving, what the service will look like. And then you are very prompt and clear when communicating any changes, any mishaps, anything that the customer should be aware of that now makes their service different than they were expecting from your previous conversation. Okay? Now, beyond that, the next section of the fulfillment pillar is going to be during the service. So during the service, your fulfillment role is most often in support of your service team. Now, what do I mean by this? What this means is you are a support recon, a cover person for your cleaners in the event that they arrive, and it's more of a deep clean than a basic clean, despite the fact that we were expecting a basic clean. Or they arrive and the customer's trying to add things to the scope of work that weren't originally on it. Or they arrive and they're having trouble accessing the home. Okay, part of running this business efficiently and properly is not only supporting your customers well, but supporting your service providers well. And this is done through proper communication and being available and being the one who is the decision maker. While these cleaners are acting as independent contractors, it is still your business. You are still the one who calls the shots and decides how things are going to go, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. Okay? So your cleaner and your customer need to be able to reach you. Similarly, if your customer is concerned about something going on with the cleaning, or if your customer has a question or wants to add something to the scope of work, everything should be directed back to you or someone acting as an extension of you, like a VA or an assistant. Okay? You need to be available for the event that a service goes awry, especially with a first-time or one-time customer. You're, of course, going to have your customers that you are going to be servicing every week, every month, every day, whatever it looks like. And in those instances, there's probably a really strong working relationship between the customer and the service provider, and you're not really going to be needing to do a whole lot of field support. But for those new services, it is absolutely imperative that there is a way to consistently contact you if you are needed for the service to be executed at a high level. Because your cleaners are going to be the one that really decides the quality of your fulfillment, and your cleaners are going to be much happier if they know that when there's a problem or if there's something that they need, they can reach you when that problem arises. Okay, now that is your during fulfillment checklist for yourself, for your cleaner. It's very important that you're setting the proper expectations of how they can read the scope of work, how they should execute it, what they should do if there is a problem or if there is a change, how they should communicate that to you, and how they should respond to the customer. And then what should they do prior to leaving the service and upon arriving the service? Are they clocking in and out through an app? Are they taking before and after photos? Are they doing a walkthrough with the customer? Are they confirming the scope of work upon arrival? All of these are going to be the type of things that you as the business owner are going to have to decide upon. But they are going to have to execute them. So you need to make sure that the expectation is set extremely clearly for them as to what needs to be done, how it should be done, and then what happens when something is not done according to those rules, according to those specs. Okay? Once you have that sorted out, we transition into the post-service phase of fulfillment. Now, this is the follow-up. This is where you're reaching out to your customers and you are asking them, how did the service go? How did you like your service provider? Was there anything we could have improved upon? Anything like that, getting feedback. And this will give you an opportunity to collect the 3 R's. The 3 R's are going to be the way that you are going to grow your business as quickly as humanly possible. Now, if you are focused on only delivering a high quality service and only doing the pre and the inter service follow-up and fulfillment, you are going to have happy customers, but you're going to cheat yourself in the growth. And the reason why I say you're going to cheat yourself in the growth of your business is because collecting the 3 R's after the service is going to be how your business is going to grow so much. So how do we collect the 3 R's and what do they stand for? The 3 R's are recurring, reviews, and referrals. Now, when we follow up after a service, we are going to have a conversation with the customer and find out, hey, was the service up to your standards? Did they blow you away? Was it just fine? Was there something that was missing? This is going to, one, make sure that your customer knows that you not only care that you get paid, but you care that they are happy with the service. And 2, it's also going to provide you with an opportunity to capitalize on the customers who give you a glowing feedback and glowing review in your messages with them or on your phone call with them. You call them, hey, how did the service go? How was everything? How was Jen or Tom or Tim or whoever did the service? And they are going to say, it was good. I'm happy with everything. They were a little quick. It kind of felt like they rushed through some spots, but all in all, the place looks nice. Well, I'm glad the place looks nice. You let us know if you're ever in need of another service, because it's not really a glowing, raving review. Now, if that same question is asked and they say, oh my God, Jenna was so great. She was amazing. She was so friendly. She did such a great job, so thorough. Well, then this is when we start. Would you like to, 3 R's? Would you like to get on a recurring service with us? We can give up to a 20% discount for customers who are on a monthly repeating schedule with us. And there's no cancellation fee if you don't want to continue your service. But then we can lock in your lower price for a service every 4 weeks. Is that something you'd be interested in? If they are, great. Now you've just earned yourself a recurring customer. Who knows how long they'll stay, but there's no cost of acquisition for that customer after that first clean. You've already covered your cost of acquisition when you did that first service, okay? Now the next R is going to be, oh, it went so well. I'm so glad. Well, if you're not going to sign up for recurring, or if you are going to sign up for recurring, do you mind leaving us a review? We're a small business. It really helps us get our name out there and help us satisfy more customers just like you if we get a review left behind. Now, you can also indirectly offer them some type of value or reward for doing that. Google does have rules against being like, if you leave me a review, I'll give you $10 off your next clean, or I'll take $10 off your. You're not technically allowed to do that, but you can backdoor ways to incentivize your customers to leave you a review and get them to go and click that 5-star button and spend 20 seconds just typing out something that says, hey, Parker's team did an amazing job. Hey, this cleaner did a great job. I would recommend them to anybody. Building up your backlog of 5-star reviews is going to be the quickest way to add organic bookings and to increase your conversion rates on your ads, everything, because those reviews are what 95% of people lean on when it comes to deciding who they're going to do a service with, right? It's going to be, what order do you show up in the list, and then how do your reviews look like? And that is the quickest way to get them, is right after a service from a customer who's exclaimed how happy they are. The further you delay, the less likely you are to get that review, okay? Now, finally, we have referral. Whether or not they give you recurring, whether or not they give you a review, whatever that looks like, you can 100% ask, since the service went so well, is there anyone else in your network or anyone else that you know that might be interested in a cleaning service? We can offer them a discount if they are referred to us through you, and see if they want to give you any phone numbers, any email addresses, or just have anyone reach out for the service. If you offer, again, some type of discount or incentive, people will be much more likely to take you up on this. And that referral, again, no cost of lead acquisition, and those customers are normally the easiest to please and the happiest in general, because they've already been told that the standard is good by someone that they trust. And so if they're told that, their assumption is that the standard is going to be good, but they're not going to be nitpicking and being like, hey, I'm looking for something to be wrong, because they already expect the standard will be high. So these customers will normally be the easiest to please with the lowest cost of lead acquisition. So again, it is hugely, hugely, hugely important that we do all 3 R's in the post-service follow-up section. So this is after the service ends, you touch base with your cleaner, you say, hey, how did the service go? Oh, it went great. Customer was super happy. We did the walkthrough. Everything looks good. You get the after photos. After photos look nice. Great. You give the customer a call. Hey, I just spoke with Jenna. She said this service went really well. She said you were super happy. I saw the after photos. The place looks great. I just wanted to hear it from your mouth. I just wanted to make sure you were as happy as I'm expecting you to be. Yes, we are. Everything went great. Perfect. No worries. Then all we do is we ask for the 3 R's. Now, in the event that something was wrong, this also gives you an opportunity to try to diffuse the situation, gives you an opportunity to try to rectify it before they go and leave a negative review. And more than anything, it just makes that customer much less likely to be angry and wanting to speak negatively about you and wanting to downplay the quality of your work and your business, because you made a point of following up and making sure that your customer was going to be satisfied. Okay? There's no reason why we shouldn't be right on top of follow-ups. The only time when there might be some delay is going to be if the homeowner isn't there, or if they're traveling and they want the service done while they're away and we entered using a garage code or whatever and we have to wait till they get there. Anything of that nature, we will be able to do a lot more in terms of how we can present the service and present the follow-up to the customer so that it's an assumption of quality and they're not actually worried about when they arrive home the quality not being good. You're going to send them the after photos. You're going to follow up and say, I spoke with the cleaner. She said there was no hiccups. She said everything went well. Again, you might even be able to get a 5-star review before they even get home from vacation if the follow-up and the communication and experience goes well enough. Okay? So this is fulfillment in a nutshell. There's 3 phases and there's 2 parts. Fulfillment is about how your customer feels and about how your provider feels. It is not just about the customer, because ultimately the provider is going to be the person who sets the standard for the fulfillment. And if the provider doesn't feel like you are supporting them well, if the provider doesn't feel like you're watching over the service, the provider doesn't feel like you're making their role clear and easy, they are going to suffer in terms of the quality of their work. And that is going to reflect poorly upon you. And that is going to be a systematic issue. That's not just going to go away if you find a new cleaner. So fulfillment has 3 phases. You have pre-service, during service, and post-service. And you are really focused on making sure that your customer has no complaints, is super happy, and is more and more likely to give you the 3 R's, which is the recurring, which is the review, and is the referral. All of these allow you to make more money without spending more money. If you can get all 3 from a customer, if you can get them on recurring, get a 5-star review, and get them to refer a friend, that is your rock star lights out customer. You may pay $30, $50 to acquire that lead, and that lead may generate you thousands of dollars over its lifetime value because of their referral to other people, because of the recurring service, and because of the review that they leave you that will have an impression upon every person that stumbles across your page. So fulfillment is so important, okay? We have to crush the fulfillment. Now, in the next video, in chapter number 5, we're going to talk about automating and using virtual assistants and starting to outsource all of pillars 1 through 4 so that you can truly run this business remotely and not be tied to your phone, not be tied to your service schedule. But if you are still a little bit unclear about fulfillment, if you still want to know exactly how you should be reaching out, what you should be saying, and what you can do to increase the likelihood of you getting the 3 R's and all these happy customers, I'm going to show you exactly what we're doing at Drop Service Academy to make sure that our students are smashing all 4 of these first 4 pillars, including fulfillment. Here within the Drop Service Academy, we provide the exact infrastructure for all of our students to find success within this business model and within the fulfillment area particularly, which allows them to start showing numbers like these, which allows our students to have so much success, not only that their customers are happy and satisfied, but that they come back again and again and again. They leave reviews, they leave referrals, and they end up on their book of business time and time and time again. Now, all of these students have come in with little to no experience within this industry, and they are posting crazy numbers. They're turning one-time customers into customers that pay them thousands and thousands of dollars over every single month. And not only are they able to do it with a low cost of lead acquisition, but they're able to do it confidently and not have to have guesswork and not have to try to figure out what it is that they're doing, how they're pricing jobs, how they should be doing follow-ups, etc. Now, the way that this is possible is in the Drop Service Academy step-by-step home service empire. We have put together a ton of video modules talking about every single section within the drop servicing business model that allows you to not only make sure that your customers are going to have a great experience with you, but will have a great experience with your providers and with your business as a whole. And when they interact with your business's interface, whether that be your social medias, whether that be your Google business profile listing, your ad listings, all of these things, they feel confident in the quality of service that you're going to provide, because we have extracted more than enough value from all of the other prior customers and people that have already worked with our service before. Okay, we do that through all of the video modules within the step-by-step home service empire, all of our extended modules talking about sales, cold outreach, hiring, and fulfillment. And then, of course, through our special outreach and follow-up tutorials and templates, video guides, and our scripts and exact copy-paste outreach methodology to make sure that all of our students are 100% confident when they are doing this outreach to their customers, whether on the pre, during, or post-fulfillment section. Okay? Not only that, we have all of our live and recorded calls available here to be viewed, to be watched and enjoyed by all of the group members. And then, of course, the live calls, of which there are now 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9 different calls, actually 10 different calls every single week for customers of Drop Service Academy and students of Drop Service Academy to be able to ask any questions, get specific advice, specific feedback, and feel no fear, no trepidation, and no worry when they head into customer interactions, because they have the guides, they have the group coaching, and they have one-on-one coaching if there's any particular instances that come up and they need to be walked through it one-on-one. So at the Drop Service Academy, it is our mission, it is our goal, it is everything that we do to ensure that our students feel 100% confident taking care of the most important and the most hands-off part of the business model, which is fulfillment. So if you're ready to start your own drop servicing business and make a transition into an academy, a place where you're going to be able to ask any questions that you have, where you're going to make sure that everything that you need to know is available when you need it, and you have a community of people with a group of mentors that have already done and encountered almost every single thing you can encounter within this industry, make sure you reach out to the Drop Service Academy. And if you're still eager to learn more, there is one more section you need to watch of this mini series before you are ready to get started, whether on your own or with a mentor, and that is video number 5, which is automating and hiring out admin or sales help to expand your workforce and start to slowly limit the amount of time you need to spend for your business to operate and scale and grow. Buy your own time back and allow yourself to start cash flowing on the business without needing to handle all of the day-to-day operations. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure leave a comment if you have any questions, and I will see you in the 5th video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell.